This segment of the news is brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. Schools officially closed today for 1 month as the Ministry of Education takes precautionary measures to avoid the spread of coronavirus. The ministry has taken this step despite national exams being right around the corner. Sharika Johnson has that story.
The Ministry of Education has officially announced that in light of the first case of coronavirus being confirmed in the Bahamas, all schools and educational institutions, both public and private, will be closed until April 14th. While teachers and students are not required to attend school, all administrators, support staff, and security personnel are expected to report for duty to await further instructions. Additionally, all staff of the Ministry of Education are required to report to work as usual. In a release, education officials urge all Bahamians to follow the protocols provided by the World Health Organization to ensure the safety, health, and well-being of all. Some of these protocols include washing hands with soap frequently, avoid touching one's eyes, nose, or mouth, and staying at home if you feel unwell until you recover. The Minister of Health, Jeffrey Lloyd, had this to say.
As further investigations of the recently reported COVID-19 are not yet completed, the Ministry of Education is guided by the need to exercise great vigilance. Therefore, as the country is now braced to guard against the spread of this illness in our community, it is imperative that every resident in the Bahamas realize the vital role we all play in its containment. Our ministry reiterates the importance of each citizen to vigorously follow the protocols outlined by the WHO in conjunction with our own Ministry of Health.
President of the Bahamas Union of Teachers, Belinda Wilson, says she awaits the plan from the Ministry of Education for the use of instructional time for students as schools close and children remain at home over public health concerns of the coronavirus. Wilson says as the BGCSEs and BJC examinations approach, she also awaits information on the plan forward for the national exams. On Sunday, the Ministry of Education officially announced closure of all public and private schools until April 14th, following one positive case of the COVID-19 here in the capital. Ministry officials say they are guided by the need to exercise vigilance. The minister promises to give additional details on virtual schooling, upcoming examinations, and lunch programs in the House of Assembly on Wednesday. Minister Lloyd reiterated the Prime Minister's statement in his national address, reminding the public that they should only pay attention to credible and reliable sources. For JcnTV News, I'm Sharika Johnson.
The Public Hospital Authority has issued safety measures following the first confirmed case of the coronavirus in the country. The intensive care and neonatal intensive care units visitation will take place between 10:30 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. daily for only 15 minutes. All patients are allowed one approved visitor per day. Visitors will be screened upon arrival, which will include a temperature check and a brief question and answer declaration interview. Persons presenting with fever or exhibiting flu-like symptoms will be denied entry for visitation. In Grand Bahama, visitation is allowed only on the pediatrics ward until further notice. Visitation at the Santalins Rehabilitation Center and Geriatric Hospital are also suspended. Patients and visitors must enter the Princess Margaret Hospital through the new critical care block. Only dialysis patients will be permitted to use the medical block entrance prior to their appointments. The public is also advised that only emergency cases will be managed during this period. Additionally, the public is asked to only use ambulance services for emergencies. The public should contact their personal physicians for non-emergencies during the day and accident emergency after hours. Water and Sewage Executive Chairman Adrian Gibson has stopped the discontinuation exercise of water supply, citing the importance of water in combating the coronavirus. Mr. Gibson says people should not be without fresh water at this time.
As such, last Friday I directed the immediate cessation of any and all intended or proposed disconnection exercises. This decision has been made to safeguard the health and well-being of the general public. No WSC staff member is authorized to disconnect any home or building at this time. Again, all disconnections are halted until further notice. I further directed that any and all related public announcements, publications, social media pronouncements, and internal work orders relating to disconnections be cancelled with immediate effect.
Mr. Gibson says no vacation will be granted and employees on vacation will be recalled. This, among other initiatives, will be taken to combat the threat of the virus.
An isolation area is being built for the industrial nurse to review persons and to refer persons for medical care. She is also in direct contact with the Ministry of Health, making arrangements for staff with all medical facilities. Standard protocols are in place. 2. Hand washing stations will be installed throughout the corporation. I believe that 4 wash stations were rented recently. We expect delivery of them in short course. WSC will be sourcing 2 infrared thermometers to the industrial nurse to check staff as needed. While current WSC vacation is cancelled. No application for vacation will be signed off on during this period. All WSC staff currently on vacation will be recalled.
Mr. Gibson added that WSC staff should practice social distancing and use hand sanitizers. He adds that in-house training that requires large groupings will be postponed and cashiers are mandated to wash and sanitize hands after the use of money. Mr. Gibson says boxes containing cleaning supplies are being shipped to WSC in the Family Islands.
Boxes are currently being packed for the Family Island departments. Shipment will be disbursed to the various islands. And these boxes include Clorox spray, alcohol and wipes, Lysol spray, HDQ, neutral for cleaning down surfaces, sanitizers, gloves, and limited face masks. The distribution of information sheets on COVID-19 to staff has commenced for 2 weeks now.
This comes after the revelation of 1 positive case of the coronavirus in the capital yesterday involving a 61-year-old woman. Stay with us. Our Jarino Saunders is up next with sports.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.